Cam, Irene, so excited to be hanging out with y'all.
Oh, wow.
It's Sony Kondo.
Yeah.
I gotta confess here, I've not seen any of your work at all. I'm sorry, Irene. I've not at all.
You're not missing out.
I've been following you
It's
for
terrible.
like a year or two now, and Cam, as it were, because people are watching the video like, who's he talking about?
Yeah.
But where should we start? Do we start with Greasy?
Yeah, I was going to say we're starting Greasy.
Right at Greasy.
Yeah.
You explain that, though. It sounds ruder if I just start off on it, but if you say it.
What is Greasy? What?
I guess I look dirty, but I'm clean. I smell clean. I might not smell. I don't know, honestly. You said it. I've heard it before, though. So.
Okay, good. I'm not alone.
Not greasy, but
I will say
dusty,
that
maybe.
I'm an actual greasy person. Me, although I might not look it, but I am.
There's some greasiness there. Okay.
Yes.
This is good.
My hands are like look at the glisten of my palm.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like
Yeah, that's
at all
gross.
times, I'm literally like moist. So
That's a
I'm
great.
not going to call you moist, though.
Yeah.
Okay, I wasn't
You
gonna
should
say- Greasy's a little bit better. Ugh, okay. Anyways, I don't know. I don't know. I literally was 2 days ago. I saw you across the room, Cam, and I was like, holy crap, Cam is here. This is amazing, because I've been following you for a while, and I'm like, I feel like if we're going to go right into deep artistic stuff here and all, you're one of the best ways I can describe like a really talented artist is whenever you can look at their work and know immediately like, oh, that's that person's work. Like Cam made that.
Yeah.
And having followed your YouTube channel and your Instagram page for a while, I really feel like I see that and I'm like, holy crap, yeah, that's Cam. Okay, cool. Usually there's like a woman in a cowboy hat of some sort. But it has like this like gritty Western vibe, a greasy, if you will, Western vibe, which is so fascinating because like your work, you look like your work.
yeah.
And it's sometimes, you see an artist and you're like, wow, I never knew they'd make something like that. But I look at Cam and it's like, holy crap, he's just exuding this from every pore and it's just going into his art. It's beautiful.
That's how I ooze it.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
very
oozing.
pretentious and I'm very open with it, but it's like a greasy pretentiousness. There's some authenticity behind it, I guess.
That was our conversation. I was like,
Yeah.
you're always posting about your guitar and you're like, holy crap, I am pretentious, aren't I? Dang it. I am. That is me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I just can't help if I'm shooting something that's not what like is in my realm, in my world. Like I have zero interest, and as we talked about, I have ADHD. So if I have no interest in it, I just will throw it out the window and I just do horrible on it. So
I'm the same way.
yeah.
So basically this podcast is just going to be me and Irene basically being like, holy crap, Cam, you're awesome. Keep doing your work.
No,
This is great.
literally,
Cool. We
literally,
love
because
you.
I'll take
pretty
it.
much said the same thing when I met him. I was like, I do follow lots of photographers, but there's a few of them that are like my favorite ones where I really feel like,
She actually
they got it,
Knew
you
we
know?
were one of our
Instagram, not
favorites.
YouTube.
Yeah, I followed him on Instagram a while ago, and I
Wow.
didn't even realize he was making YouTube videos.
She's found it like a month ago.
Yeah, I was like, what? I'm missing out. Like, what the heck?
It's
Yeah.
out. Yeah, because the Instagram, you don't get to see him as much. He hides
Right.
behind the camera.
Right.
You don't get to see and I did not say this, okay? Like 3 other people said it. You don't get to see the Western Johnny Depp aesthetic that he has
Oh my
cultivated.
God, that's yeah.
Like there's a Jack Sparrow.
Oh, no.
There's like a cowboy Jack Sparrow quality here.
No,
We're
Yeah,
just
I try to bury that.
you
For like
do
the past 10 years, it's like I can't escape that.
you do try to bury it, but you also trim your facial hair in a certain way.
Because that's the only way I could grow it.
What about
If I could grow this, I
No, you
would.
know what? Orlando Bloom. I see
get
that
that.
more
Yeah,
than.
yeah, I see that too.
Just anything
Yeah.
from a pirate movie, I guess.
Yeah, any
yeah.
sort of pirate theming, yes. A pirate of some sort, yes.
Yeah.
But I don't know. At the same time, it's like the work you're doing. I'm like, holy crap, this is just. There's a feeling to it. Just sort of a feel. I'm like, oh, I like this. I like how this feels. Like it's just, ooh, that's good.
There's some grease to it.
Yeah, there's a grease to
feel
it. Well, you look at it, and then suddenly the grease is on you, and you're just like,
Yeah.
oh, I can't get it off me.
Yeah,
It's
and
stuck
then also
on
you
me.
got hands like Irene.
It's literally this thing is like, oh my.
Is it sliding
I'm so
down?
sorry.
So I'm gonna have to disinfect the microphone
Yes.
afterwards. Like,
Yeah, probably.
which one did Irene use? Oh, there's the one Irene
Yeah,
used.
yeah.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
cool.
You know what's funny though? We just did shoots together, and we're shooting the same subject, but you could tell, like when I'm directing, it's like I'm bored with my work. But then when she starts directing, it's like I still have the same frame, but all of a sudden it looks like one of her shots.
Yeah.
So it just comes down to just the vision. Like I watch No Country for Old Men like at least once a month.
Okay, see that tells me a lot about you. Okay.
Yeah, and it's just I grew up in a little like I don't know if I'm allowed to say redneck anymore, but a little redneck town.
Yeah.
So I just grew up camping and fishing and Western like 90s country music, and so it's just
It's you now.
Yeah.
This is it.
yeah, that's all. I'm a run Turk pony. So
I mean, and this is why you're good at what you do. You have your niche, and you're like just really good at it.
Just doing it,
You don't
bro.
want to be a master. What do they say? Like master of none,
Jack of all
Jack
trades,
of all
master
trades,
of none.
master of none. You
as
know what I mean?
ADHD though, we are.
Yeah. But
There's a bit of that.
Yeah, yeah. a
this
lot of
is why, like Matt was like, I scroll through Instagram and I see your picture. I know it's you. It's your work. You know
Well,
what I
let's
mean?
go same for you too, though. Like again, just the director, it was so funny. Like it looked like her shot to the viewfinder. It's crazy.
And I will again fully confess, like Irene, I met you like 2 days ago. I've not looked at any of your work, but personality-wise, I was watching you and Cam interact. I'm like, oh, this would be really good to talk to both of them. This is good. So yeah.
Yeah, I think the
Squirrel.
similarities that we have is we're both have that creative vision, and we're very particular about executing it. Like we like to work, like you like to style it and
Yeah.
like
we should have had Lee on this.
right,
Lee's
right.
like right in the same exact route. So we all just did a shoot together, and like all of us, because Lee kind of has like the Western vibe too. to
Yeah,
him, too.
yeah.
But he's up in Canada, Toronto.
Well, so aren't you? You're in Canada too, aren't you?
Yeah, in Calgary.
Even though you don't
which
speak
is
any
literally
French.
the most like Western cowboy city in Canada.
But no French though. You don't speak. To clarify,
No,
you said
no, I don't
The first
speak
time I met
French.
her, she was
I
just
can-
like, I don't speak French.
can
by the way, it
pretend.
sounds like I can, and
Yeah,
we're like,
yeah.
oh, interesting.
I can pretend that I speak French, like je le parle, je m'apprends.
I only
French
Sounds
people
like
are just
it
gonna
to
be
us.
cringy.
I'm in Texas, close to Mexico, so we only
Yeah.
speak Spanish down there. I don't know any French.
Yeah.
But yeah, we both. For me, I'm such a control freak. Like I literally have to do every single thing. This is why I don't even work with like a makeup artist or hairstylist anymore, because I felt like sometimes their creative ideas would almost like infringe of my vision, and so I now just do hair on the model myself, or we'll do just like a basic makeup. I style it, I edit it, I find the locations. Like I have an idea in my head and I have to execute it like exactly how I see it. I feel like we're kind of similar in the way where we're like it's you in your picture, you know what I mean?
Yeah, there's a lot of times where like makeup artists will just, I don't know. The makeup artist here at Condo, I worked with her on a campaign.
Oh, okay.
And she did great. So her and I are like really connected. So she's been doing great here. But a lot of the times it's the same thing. Or a stylist brings stuff. I end up, like the model comes out, styled. I'm like, let's go back in.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Do you have a cowboy hat? Does she have one? Can she put that on?
exactly.
Hold on. Okay.
I mean,
here
I
we go.
usually, I have like several.
Yeah.
I brought my own. Don't
I have
worry.
a crate of like cowboy boots, cowgirl boots, I guess.
Just around, just in case.
I used to have a garage full of like clothes.
Fantastic.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
that
I
I
have
would
that.
wear,
I have a whole room in my house that's just full of clothes. I'm
Yeah.
trying to think like what's my cowboy hat. I feel like I always do like a wicker basket, like a lot.
You do a lot of
like a
dresses,
picnic
right?
vibe or something like
yeah,
that.
yeah. It's very. My vibe is very like the kids like to call it cottagecore.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
uh,
big.
You know?
That's big right now.
Very
Yeah.
like whimsical cottage.
Yeah. So I do like wicker baskets a lot, or like a straw hat instead of a cowboy hat.
I can see that
more
going
wispy.
together. Yeah. That
Less
works
greasy,
though.
More wispy.
Yeah. It's like romantic.
Even though she's technically the greasier one, she is
Right.
actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This works well.
Yeah.
Maybe the title of this is gonna be like the greasiest episode or something. You're like, what? What am I listening to? Don't worry about it. It's fine. Just tune in.
Hope you guys can feel my grease right now.
But so we shot a little photo shoot earlier.
Yeah.
And we did it like Cam style, like
Oh, yeah.
Western with cowboy hats, and it was so fun. I really
I saw
enjoyed
some of the
it.
pictures from that. He was editing them, and I'm like,
It was
this
really
looks
fun.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty fun.
Yeah, I definitely want to do more of that. Now I'm gonna steal your
You
style.
want to be one of my models, bro?
You did great. No,
Yeah?
no, it's good. Oh man, no, that's super cool. And so I feel like, I don't know, just seeing both of y'all style and all, and sort of, like I said, I haven't seen much of yours. Okay?
Maybe I
But
show
hearing
you.
Oh, yeah, you should probably show 'em right now.
Show me an
Let's
example,
get
that's
a
fine.
reaction.
But, and more so like hearing you talk about it
Yeah.
is there's a you can tell that she knows what she's talking about.
Yeah.
It's like, okay.
Well, I bet you most people that are watching this probably know who she is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm out of it. My bad.
I'm a nobody compared.
Yes.
Well, it depends on what what are you talking about? It depends what you're into. If you're into portrait photography, then like maybe, you know what I mean? But if
I
you're
gotta tell
into
you,
landscape, you probably
I'm
will not.
scrolling here, and I do not see a single wicker basket, and I'm a little upset. There's swimsuits. There's a woman with a book.
Oh, well,
a book could work.
Oh yeah, a book is another one that I've done lots.
I'm still scrolling. No, I'm looking for a wicker. There's a lamb.
Caught her
Oh,
That's
the
good.
lambs are so cute. It's because I was doing a lot of like tropical places, and I think it would be kind of weird to have like
That's what I
a
think of
wicker
when I think of
basket on a
Canada.
beach. Yeah.
Tropical.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still haven't found out. This is
God damn it.
this is a lot. Okay, I'm sorry, but I'm still. There's candles. We have fans.
A lot of dresses, right?
There's a lot of sheep.
Yeah, I love like cute animals.
There's a lot of
So
sheep.
that's your thing.
Okay. Well, it's fine. I'm pretty far back here now. We're 2020 now.
God damn it.
Okay, I'm
Oh, yeah.
sorry. I don't mean to call you out like that. Okay, but
Look, there's a basket right there.
Okay, there we go.
That's
There you
actually
go.
me as well.
a self-portrait of me with a basket. No, I love that though. Very whimsical in a way. Like it's sort of
Wispy.
fairy tale-esque,
Yeah.
but I like that a lot.
Yeah,
That's
it's
good.
a little escapist, maybe. I don't know. Yeah.
I can see if you guys can merge your styles in a way of having a Western fairy tale, which is not
Listen,
as...
let's do a
Yeah.
YouTube video, and I styled the model in my style, and you gotta shoot
And I just
it.
bring a hat.
I
Yeah,
love
and
that.
then I style,
That's
and then
all
I
it
do
is.
yours.
Guys, that's all it is. Just put a cowgirl
I,
hat and you got
I
my
would
style.
love to
Nailed it.
see what
Yeah.
you would do with like the styling that I normally
Yeah,
do.
that'd be
I think it would be
super
so fun.
And then
my
y'all-
ADHD gets into it. It'll be fun.
ideally, I would have to like then edit each other's photos
Oh
in your
yeah,
style
I
as
like
well.
that too. I
Interesting.
like that too.
And that
Oh.
I would be very intrigued by that. So please make
Yeah.
that content so I can
Yes.
watch that because
Oh, that would be
You gotta
really
do
cool,
it.
I would
actually.
I would really enjoy that.
We'll probably
Just-
hate each other's edits, honestly.
No, I don't think so.
That makes
I
it
love
better,
the way you
though.
edit.
I know.
no, if y'all
You're
do hate
like,
it, you put that in the
"I don't
video.
like
We're very particular, though.
Yeah.
So I think we would hate each other's edits.
So you have to
Maybe,
film yourself
maybe.
as y'all are editing it and be like, well, I'm going to tweak this a little bit. And okay,
Yeah.
you didn't do this right, Cam. And
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, crap, my bad. Okay. That's great, though.
Yeah, it's a good idea, actually. Huh.
That's fantastic. I wrote notes down. Let me see what other things I wanted to talk to you
See
about.
what you got.
Or continue talking amongst yourselves while I figure this out, dang it.
Trying to
So-
think what I wanted to ask you.
You found some mushrooms earlier.
I did. There are a lot of mushrooms growing here. It's a very Eastern European thing to like forage for mushrooms.
Yes.
And I do that with my family all the time. It's like such a fun time.
Such a fun time.
It is.
Kind of weird, but
Last time we went, we literally had like 3 humongous buckets full of mushrooms. And
them?
yeah, so you obviously cannot eat
kind of
that
mushrooms
many
are
of them. So we dry them, like dehydrate them for the winter,
what's that for?
to make like soups and
Cam is still like
you know, to
digging
eat
this
them.
hole.
I
Like,
know.
so what do you do with the mushrooms? then? Okay, great. No, it's funny. I never really liked mushrooms, and then I took a mushroom class in like 2015, and I was like, these are delicious. Oh my goodness, I need to be eating a lot more mushrooms, and now I eat them all the time. So
Yeah, I don't like mushrooms, so maybe I should
you
try
gotta
that.
you gotta take a class.
Are
You
you
gotta
like a
forage.
picky eater?
Yeah.
Are you like a picky eater? Are you just
My
like a meat
stomach
a
is-
potato kind of guy?
Yeah, I love that.
Mm.
Yeah. Some asparagus and steak. And
See, I
Yeah.
feel like his aesthetic is so strong on the outside that he has to have a very basic internal digestion system. To
Well, I
offset
just
that.
have a horrible gut. Honestly, sorry.
No, this is great. This is where I wanted the podcast to
This is
go.
what people want to know about.
I am the opposite, where like I'm that person that 5-second rule, 10-second rule, whatever. Like
yeah.
if something
Oh, yeah.
falls on the floor, like I'm not gonna throw it away. And I feel like that's why I have a very strong immune system. Like I've traveled all over Asia and I've never had any stomach problem,
Could
like
be all the
ever.
mushrooms.
Could be. Could be.
I don't know,
Yeah.
but
Could be just the oil coming out of your hands.
you know
Stopping the
what?
germs.
Maybe
None of the
that's
germs
true.
can't get through the oil layer. Perfect. They
probably
can't
what it is,
affect me.
honestly.
Haha.
Yeah.
Oh my word. Okay. Irene, how do you feel about diffusion filters?
Ooh, you know what? You mean like the ones that make it all soft?
Yeah,
like-
yeah.
I do kind of like them, and I like the star. The filters that make it like a little
Oh, the
star.
star filters.
I think you can play with them and make it into something cool. They are kind of cheesy, you know, and a lot of people overuse them, and there's always like a trend maybe happening right now, but I think it's fun to play around with filters.
Are they cottage core-y?
Yeah, I like doing things in camera, you know? I think it's fun. I used to do lens whacking a lot.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, I thought that was so cool. It's like, people would be like, oh, you can do that in Photoshop, but I kind of want to do it in camera. Yeah. It's more fun that way.
It's the poor person's tilt shift. You're like, no, I don't actually need to buy this $2,000 lens.
Right,
what if I just take off the current lens and kind of wiggle it around there and try not to damage my sensor in the process?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Risk. Okay.
Yeah.
Dust everywhere. Cool. All right. Well, it's part of the art now. That's fine. That's good, because I asked because Cam apparently hates diffusion filters.
Because he's pretentious. He just said that.
Yes, there we go.
For stills, I don't mind diffusion filters. Sometimes I will use a diffusion filter. For photos,
Look at these caveats. He's trying to like dig himself out.
For video, I despise them. They're garbage.
Despise garbage.
This
is
sorry
good.
all
Strong
the brands
words.
I work with.
These are great strong words.
They cause reflections. They don't have any anti-reflection coatings. They can ruin shots. Like it's better to do it in post. Yeah. If you're doing something creative, go ahead. But if you're doing like client work and stuff, like it's better to.
And you don't want to offend the client. You don't want to be like, reshoot this.
Well, I've been yelled at before from a client. So like, never use whatever you use on there. Never use it again. There's times where my lens accidentally got closed down a little bit, and you can see the diffusion filter. Just crazy annoying reflections over important parts in the shots. So I just learned to not use them and do them in post.
I see.
And we have amazing plugins now for that.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh yeah.
So stop using them or you're trash.
So unlike all the other tutors out there and creators being like, do it in camera. Cam's over like, do it in post. Forget that. Do it in post. It's fine.
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, do good lighting in camera. Do good directing in camera.
Yeah.
But don't ruin your image.
What about all that like now crazy AI lighting editing? I think I just saw someone do like the Da Vinci, you know how it like can now separate the
relight,
layers and like relight the whole
I mean,
thing.
that's great for like documentaries or like wedding work and stuff. Like, you
Yeah.
can save a lot of shots with that. Yeah.
Definitely. I haven't played around with that enough, but I want to because
like in photo they have it now too, and I'm like
Yeah.
trying to think like, would I ever use something like that? Maybe if I really like messed up the lighting, that would be nice. But
yeah, I mean, we do like in photography, you could repaint easily.
Yeah.
Yeah, and DaVinci Resolve, you kind of do it, but it's not doesn't come out the same way. But yeah, it's just my main gripe with diffusion filters is like people are always like, oh, that's how you get a cinematic shot. It's not how you get a cinematic shot. Like shoot from the dark side, get some specular highlights in there, direct better. I don't know.
What is a cinematic shot? You know what I mean? I feel like a lot of people have a different
Yeah.
understanding of like what's cinematic to you.
Contrast, but like contrast that creates depth and something that evokes emotion or tells a story. That's what cinematic is made.
not a cowboy hat.
That too.
Okay.
There's a lot of times when I'm shooting stuff and I'm like, I don't like this. I put a cowboy hat. I'm like, there. That's what I was missing.
And when I was in college, I took this artistic like filmmaking class, which I went to Texas A&M, which is like an engineering school, but for some reason they had this artistic filmmaking class, and I took it. And my professor was really this quirky dude. He was really interesting, but his whole stance was like, if it doesn't look good enough, just put some deer antlers on it. Like, people love deer antlers. Just throw some deer antlers on something. And I was like, really? And then I started noticing, like, oh my gosh,
There's deer
they're
antlers
everywhere. People put deer antlers on everything.
Oh,
Like,
that's funny.
and it kind of works.
I almost
Interesting.
put one on one of my motorcycles before.
One of
Pretentious.
your motorcycles. One of my motorcycles.
Well, no, I meant like older.
Oh.
Yeah, I only have one.
My fleet of motorcycles that I have. It's one of the
This
best
is why
deer
Matt
cycle.
clowns on me.
It's so fun.
I just say things. He's like,
The best part is that every day you come to me like, I'm greasy again, aren't I? Like, I'm like, yeah, oh no, I've started this here, and like the issue is that this was like the first time I ever talked to Cam in person, and so now he's like, oh crap, Matt hates me and he thinks I'm greasy the entire time. Like, that's our entire relationship
just
now.
the first like 10 minutes of talking to him, you got like a real greasy vibe. I was like,
And I mean that in the nicest way.
he's like, but like in a cool way.
Like your aesthetic has like a grungy
It's like an
look.
intentional grease. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like,
There's a
I still have mixed feelings about
there's a
that.
film grain on like your entire person and aesthetic and your work.
As long as it's a grain and not a diffusion.
No,
I'm
not
good
a
with that.
diffusion.
Yeah,
Definitely
yeah.
not.
Yeah.
And it's a real film grain. It's not a post-applied film grain that you.
My favorite kind.
Oh, is that your
Yeah.
favorite? Actually, you,
I'm just
are,
a fraud.
Are you big on the post film grain? You slap that on?
Yeah. Oh,
What is it? 16 mil, 35 mil? What are we?
it depends on. It depends what the shot needs. Yeah.
Love it.
I love DeHancer's film grain, the 65 millimeter 250.
You heard that, y'all. Download it now. Get it now if you want to look like him.
Yeah. Use Matt's affiliate link.
Sign up. Yes.
Yeah.
Use coupon code pretentious.
Yeah.
10%
Yeah.
off.
Yeah. Greasy pretentious.
Greasy pretentious.
Yeah. Long code.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I love it. So good.
Yeah. This was fun.
Oh my goodness. People are gonna be like, what is this cast? Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
It's fun. Most people are like that.
I wish we had Lee on this too.
I don't have enough mics for Lee, okay? Lee can't join. Sorry.
I feel like we're a trinity.
If he walked
with Lee.
like, ideally, what I should have done is just had you, Lee, and
On the
and
podcast,
all
yeah.
three of y'all just on, and me just directing over
Oh.
here, not actually running it.
Yeah.
Just like do the intro, like, hey y'all,
Just your head in
these
frame.
three are gonna talk, and I'm just gonna watch. Cool, and I'm over there just
Yeah.
nodding, like, yeah, this is
Yeah.
great. Keep it going. Cool.
We could've.
So good.
You might be close.
Okay, maybe tomorrow. It's okay. That's fine. I had written greasy and pretentious. I wrote that already. I was like, oh, I wrote that earlier. Oh, good.
See.
Okay. So I don't know. I feel like it's a lot of podcasts do like, how did you get started? You know,
Yeah.
people always ask about that, and it's really
but it's
annoying.
still interesting. I think.
So we're not
Like,
gonna-
I'm interested in that. How did you
Irene
get
wants to know.
started?
Good, I don't have to ask it.
I feel like it's just how everybody else. You pick up a camera and you start shooting.
How old were you?
I mean, I bought my first camera when I was 20, I think. But I had learned all about cameras and off-camera flash. So when the camera got shipped and delivered, I already knew how to shoot it. So within 2 weeks, I was like shooting with models and stuff.
Wow.
Damn.
And then within like a month, I was like, oh, I like $500 to shoot a model. This is sick.
Cool.
Yeah. And if you
Damn.
go back and look at my work way back then, I have not progressed at all. It's literally, what's it called?
Platoon peaked early.
Platooned, yeah. I platooned way early. Yeah.
Platooned right up there. Yeah.
Hey, what
yeah.
was your first setup? What'd you use?
Canon T2i.
Ooh,
I think with a
classic.
nifty 50 and the kit
yeah,
lens.
That's all you need.
Yeah,
And then a
yeah.
cactus trigger, wireless trigger.
Cactus trigger?
I don't think I've
Cactus
ever heard of
wireless.
It's called a cactus?
Yeah, it was called Cactus.
This is just so much. Did you buy it because it was called a cactus?
No, because it was like some guy on YouTube who was like, he's like, I make these, blah, 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 and they were the cheapest.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because I can just see you with your aesthetic being like,
There's a cactus.
Yep, buying
It's
that
garbage,
right now.
but it says cactus on it.
Yep,
so
gonna use it. It
Yeah.
has 1 star, but
Yeah.
it says cactus, so I gotta get on.
I
this
think I
one.
have them tattooed on me enough.
There's
overcame
like
it.
on Amazon. I bought a like Cowboy Studio. And I was like, come on, they have like make like just these cheapest light stands, but it's Cowboy Studio brand.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that.
There we go,
Yeah,
yeah.
I bought some.
Yeah.
No, I didn't.
That's my company actually. Thank you.
Yeah, that's actually me that
Dang
runs
it.
that.
Oh, I knew
Yeah.
it. I knew it, Cam.
Yeah, everything comes greased.
Pre-greased. So good.
Which
No.
you do want on the tripod, so
Yeah.
that's good.
How'd you start?
I started when I was I was interested in cameras and taking pictures, doing videos when I was like 12-ish.
Whoa.
When it was like just the digital cameras just started being like a thing. Right?
Yeah.
And we would just play with my sister, like pretend that
Free
we're doing
model,
a fashion
great.
photo shoot. And she's 3 years younger than me, so she's like 9. You know? And I'm putting her in mom's clothing, like doing some makeup. I still have those pictures. They're hilarious.
Are they-
Those need to
are
go
they
on the
good?
Instagram page.
No,
That's
they're
right.
so
Bring it back.
terrible.
Are they?
I wanted to make a video where I try to recreate like the look
Oh,
and do
yeah.
it better. And then I kind of didn't do it for a while, and then I moved to Canada from Ukraine
Yeah,
when I
we're
was
talking.
18.
You've summoned.
You've summoned
Get
them.
in here. Get in here.
Hey, you
Get
need
in
to come
here.
join
He's
in. So
dying.
Lee Zavitz is here
Come
too.
here.
No, that's
Come
the
here.
real grease.
Come
We'll
on.
pass the mic
Okay,
back and
get
forth.
in the middle.
Yeah.
I'll
That
put on
boy.
these shades so I
Really?
don't look as greasy.
Get in the middle.
And Drue is here too. He's gonna
Or-
listen too. It's fine. They wanted
Okay,
Lee,
continue
but they
the
got
story.
Lee finally.
Why Lee's wiping his sweat. See, Lee's sweaty too,
Welcome
guys.
back
Are
to
greasy.
Matt Johnson Oh, I need to talk to Mike. What's up to Matt Johnson podcast? Is that what it's called?
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, you got it. Call it whatever you want.
This Tonight Show with Matt Johnson.
Yeah, Matt Johnson After Dark. That's what we call it here.
I like that.
You know, this your sticker reminds me of for some reason I associate it with like Casper the Ghost.
No, you look like the guy from Harry Potter.
You know what I mean? Like the little.
You're a
the
wizard,
little
Harry.
thing.
That's what you look like in Harry.
Hagrid look.
Yeah.
So
I don't know why.
I'm getting Casper and I'm getting Hagrid the wizard. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. That's a
Yeah.
little different
Yeah.
there.
I don't know why, but this just gave me that vibe.
Yeah.
That's great. No. So Lee,
Yes.
we were talking about how y'all's
Whoa.
style has combined with theirs.
So
when
wait,
they
what
were-
was
let
that?
me get.
What was
so,
that again?
so
Repeat that.
wait. So I was just telling him that we were all shooting together, and
Yeah.
we're all very particular and like kind of maybe douchey a little bit about. We're like, it's our way or the highway.
And when we were thinking douchey, we thought of Lee, and we're like, crap, we got to bring him in too.
Yeah, guys, I'm here now. I can be the douche. No, I think it's important in like pulling off what you want, not necessarily being a douche. It's just more like we've been doing it for so long, we know exactly kind of what we want to see, versus like someone setting it up for us and us just going, okay, we'll try and do what you want to give us. I don't know.
Our way or the
That's-
highway.
Yeah.
As Lee has his sunglasses on
But I'm
indoors,
talking
he's
about
really
the
embracing
specific
this.
scenario that we were shooting. Is that what we're talking about?
Just in general.
Or in general?
We're talking about your
general.
general style.
Well,
and
in
how-
general, we're usually in control of it anyway. So,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And if we're not, we're throwing fits.
they're mad.
A BF.
I mean, I've obviously done client jobs where I don't really get much say, and it's obviously not fun, but it pays the bills.
yeah.
So
It's a bit
you gotta do it
miserable.
sometimes.
This is why I love doing YouTube though, because I don't have to deal with clients anymore, and it's like this is really like my dream job right now. I love making videos. I love like inspiring, educating, maybe like helping, beginner photographers. And at the same time, I get to create whatever the heck I want, and I make some money, right? So it's like, and get to hang out with you guys,
Yeah.
go to events like this. Like, how
Here we
cool is
are.
that, right?
Lee, how'd you get started?
Oh yeah.
Wow. So I was in a band, and we did a lot of our own like promo stuff. So I learned how to use a camera. Well, I mean, I was doing stuff before, but like I would do like our own photo shoots where I would set things up on tripods and light it and everything.
All right, everybody, guys, stare really stoically at the camera. Don't
The
smile.
hard pose.
Yeah,
Yeah.
really serious.
And then like just through the music industry, I started doing a lot of like artist development stuff and like photos for like other musicians and stuff like that. And that kind of became portraits, something I didn't know I was even doing. I was just doing promo shots, right? I was like, damn, I really love this. It's fun. And yeah, it kind of just stemmed from there. And then it got into like doing client stuff and, it snowballs. Yeah.
Here we are.
Yeah.
I love that. That's
Bonding
great.
in Greece together.
Yeah.
I'm so greasy right now.
See?
We just got back from a back-to-back shoots in the hot sun, and I'm just like, why am I here right now? I need to take a shower.
This is great, though. No, this is the entire theme of this
You
podcast.
call him greasy.
It all
Now I'm
ties
greasy.
in.
Yeah.
And ask Irene about her.
And I'm actually greasy. Like, I'm
We're
a
all
greasy
dirtbags.
person.
Yeah. Hers because of mushrooms, though.
Always.
You need to
You think so?
get yourself.
Oh, that's why I keep forgetting.
You're holding it on
It's
me.
kind of hard to say.
Be the host.
You got to be ready to
There you go.
Can you
interview.
feel how greasy that where I was holding?
I'm
Like,
so,
look.
I'm so greasy right now that it doesn't matter.
I started doing like pole
just-
dancing.
They
you
keep
can
pushing
over
you
a little
over
bit.
to.
I'm just trying to get away from there.
Guys, she's telling a story about
sorry,
pole dancing.
sorry.
I'm just saying that you can, and it's up to you if you want to leave it up, but I started doing pole dancing like for fun, and I literally have to do so much to my hands.
You got to
to
chalk
not-
your hands
to,
before
like,
you get on that.
yes, to like not like fully just slide down. You know what I mean? To like actually stay on it.
Maybe that's why they're, yeah.
He's not cutting this because it's actually live.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is on Twitch right now.
Yeah.
Congratulations. Yeah.
Twitch subs just.
Cam's like, actually, I pole dance
that
too.
stuff
I'm
is
like,
You have a
Sorry.
separate YouTube channel for
is
that?
great.
My pole dancing.
Where does that
Oh,
fall
that
in?
would get some views.
It's training.
Listen,
It's teaching. You're a teacher.
It's freaking hard. Like I'll be doing it.
Oh, I know.
In my basement, I have the pole, and my husband comes down to like see it, and he's like, "Let me try it," and it's just not
Just
even
you
close.
saying like
Can't
my
do it.
husband comes down to see it. Like, does he now? Like,
Was it? Never
just the context there of like, yeah, I
guys,
mean,
most
my
of the
wife was
time-
pole dancing too. I'd probably be down there in the
most
basement
of the
also.
time it looks awful because I'm learning a trick and I'm like contorted on it, like trying to stay up, and it hurts most of the time, like really badly. So I'll do a trick and then I'll jump off it and be like, fuck.
Beep.
Yeah.
Speaking of pole
Is this
dancing,
So
a
he's more of
censored
like,
podcast?
your husband isn't there to so much watch. He's there for medical support.
Yeah.
In the event that you get injured, he's like,
Maybe.
okay, honey, you need me to
Maybe.
call? Okay,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
calling 911 now. We'll get you some help.
I've got a tourniquet.
have you guys seen the guy who waxes his butthole on YouTube?
His what?
This conversation, this podcast is the best.
This is the
we've
best
had
part
so
of a
far.
podcast.
Yeah.
I have
And
not.
it still has millions of views. And I guess it's under educational, so that
He
they
does
don't
what?
take it down.
Sorry?
Okay, no, you have to provide a little more context here.
Yeah.
He
Like,
waxes
yeah.
his butthole. And he shows it.
Oh, wait, I know who you're
What
talking
is happening?
about. But that was not on YouTube. That was on TikTok, no?
That
it's
has
on
been
YouTube.
Cam, Irene, Matt, and Drew on the Matt Johnson Tonight Show.
man, thanks for tuning in. What, just cut it right there. It just ends like,
Doo-doo-doo.
wow.
Yeah.
It just ends with him
Yeah.
like
See you
it
guys
doesn't
later.
the podcast
Why are
doesn't
there,
it actually ends with him being like,
cookies here?
have you guys seen that episode? Like it just cuts like what?
Matt will put a link in the
Is this
description.
part of his
I will
schedule?
not. I will
Oh,
not.
someone came in and just put them there.
See,
so.
this is
But
where
We're
it
this
goes.
is what
over each
happens
other,
when you
okay?
have.
We got to get back
yeah,
on track.
yeah, sorry.
Sorry, there are also fortune cookies on the table that somebody left.
I think they're oil proof, so
Back to photography.
Yes,
Can't even open it.
your hands are
So
too
easy.
sweaty.
yes,
That is
Yeah.
very accurate.
this is so
You
great.
wanna ASMR crunch?
Here we go. We've opened the fortune cookie now,
Okay.
and it says,
Nothing can dim the light that shines from within.
What's the name?
I like it.
Maya Angelou.
it's a quote.
What are your,
It's
what are
not
your
even
lucky
like-
numbers? Do these have lucky numbers? Is
No,
that a Canadian thing?
they don't have those
No,
in
they
Utah.
have that here.
But what do I do with the snack? 'Cause I don't really like fortune cookies that much.
I don't know.
We're off the rails here.
We are.
Oh, ASMR crunch.
You're
Where?
not at the crunch part. You're good at this. You should start a Twitch channel.
Yeah. Poles and
Random
fortune cookies.
podcast. I say that the best podcast
No one's
you've had
gonna
all week
watch
or the worst.
I mean, it's up there, you know? I'm not going to tell you if it's up there with the best
Yeah,
or
or
with
the
the
worst.
worst, but it's up there. It's up there. What do they say? This is one of the podcasts of all time. Like, what?
when
You just
people
take
are
out
on
the
their
best or
commute.
worst. You say,
Yeah,
this is
yeah.
one of the podcasts. This is what it
People on their
is.
commute in that like 2.5 hour traffic jam, and they're listening to her crunch on things,
Yeah.
talk about pole dancing. It's the best content to listen to.
Yeah.
Wow.
Imagine her greasy, oily hands.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay.
What sound does those
Where were we
make?
before this all went down? We were talking. No, we were talking about me being a douche, right?
Yeah.
That was
No,
like
all of
20
us.
minutes ago.
All of us being a douche.
Yes.
Because we're all kind of pretentious. I'm the only one that admits
I
it.
have a question for both of you guys because you both do filmmaking and photography. Which one do you like better? Like which one you just enjoy more? And why?
Do you want me to go?
Yeah, you go
Do
first.
you want to think about it? I haven't thought about it, but I'm just
Okay,
whatever's on the top of my mind. I enjoy photography mostly because I can do it myself. But I feel like doing filmmaking is more creatively fulfilling in the end because you can work with a team and like build this cool like thing at the end of it that you can watch. A photo you're gonna maybe look at once or twice and skip over it, but I don't know. How do you feel? I like them both equally, to be honest.
I mean, I like photography for the aspect that I'm highly like independent, which could be an issue.
It goes with pretentious. It's fine.
Yeah. But it's like it's easier if I just again it goes down to the having a vision, and when you bring other people on, you have to be a team member and listen to them as well.
Yeah.
And get their input and respect it. So in photography, I'm able to do what I want to do, but I find photography kind of boring, and I find for me personally, just because like I all my stuff looks the same. So I'm kind of just like, I'm bored with my own work.
So what
But-
you're saying is that if we did a thing where like Irene does, where she shows her first photos, she's like, I'm going to recreate these. You do that, but it's just the same exact photos you've been taking from 10 years ago, and you're like, oh crap, it's just, I don't even have to do this. It's the same.
Pretty much, yeah.
I have a follow-up question then, because there's something that happens with me as well, because I have a very, very specific style, so I tend to shoot a lot of things that are kind of looking the same as well. So like, do you do anything to feel more like creative? You know what I mean? Where you don't feel like you're doing the same thing?
Yeah, I mean, I got a lot of, again, the ADHD. I do music and just the pretentious guitar playing.
Yeah. It's just his poster, like, oh, I got this guitar. Oh, I need my guitar back. My old guitar.
Yeah.
It's the best old guitar.
I almost posted one in my room because I wish I could play right now. And then
you
but I was
thought
like, Matt
about
was
me.
clowning on
Matt's
me. It's
gonna
not
call me
cool.
out about my
Yeah.
pretentious guitar playing
Yeah.
crap.
But filmmaking is like where that's what I thrive off more, just because it's more of a challenge now, because you do have to, there's a lot more that goes into
So much
filmmaking.
more.
Yeah, so much more. And so I kind of thrive in that pressure more, because again, photography, after you do it so long, it's like second nature.
Yeah.
And so that's the only reason I'm bored with it. But yeah, I'm excited to do way more filmmaking. I'm finally getting the narrative space.
I have
so.
another thing. So
I can hold the mic.
something that I do sometimes to like feel more excited about photography is I will go out and do a different style of photography, like something that I normally would not want to do. Like I recently just did some macro photography of like plants and like insects, and I wouldn't post that on my Instagram or really do anything with it.
Yeah.
It was more just to get like a different perspective on things that you might be able to bring in your portraiture. I did the same with like landscape photography as well.
Yeah.
So do you ever like try doing something like that?
Yeah, but it's short-lived. Right after I see the photos done, I'm like, all right, that was
Yeah.
cool.
See,
Moving on.
Back to the cowboy hats now. Hold on. Let's put it back
Exactly.
on. All right, there we go.
That's where I think YouTube's kind of awesome, because I can go and try different things that I probably wouldn't. Like,
Pushes you to do it.
I don't think I'm getting bored of any specific style, because I'll switch it up and try different things. I'm leaning more towards like the darker editorial looks now, but like I was doing some Western stuff because I enjoy that. But then I've tried some like crazy stuff too. Like I don't know if you watched that one video I did with like the crazy red dress and like the tassel and stuff. Like I wouldn't normally shoot that style, but I wanted to try it. It just kind of breaks up the like monotony of doing the exact same thing.
Yeah.
So you gotta try something new.
Everything
Cam.
Lee shoots is good though.
No, man.
I feel like if I try something,
everybody here shoots awesome stuff.
yeah. I feel like anytime I try something new though, I'm just like, I struggle with it. I'm a one-trick pony. I'm telling you.
That's why I
I'm
started
just a
shooting stuff on
greasy
phone
one-trick pony.
to really mix it up.
Yeah.
I feel that pretty heavy with the ADHD thing. I'm very much in that same space where I'm very bored of what I do, but I've been doing it for so long, and it's still good stuff. You know, it's not like you look at it and I'm like, oh my god, this is the worst thing I've ever made.
Yeah.
But it's like it is hard for me at least to find that inspiration that I used to have, or the excitement, I guess, more of around the photography stuff that I was doing. And what you were saying with the stuff that's short-lived, I'm the exact same way. If I do a concept or anything like that, it had to be years until I did it again. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or I'd have to really spin it
Yeah.
into something completely different.
Yeah.
To be excited about it again.
Yeah.
But I understand where you're coming from with like trying new things and
I
that sort
think
of stuff.
another thing that I find very helpful is actually literally what we're doing now, like shooting together.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because you can watch someone else do what they do and be like, I kind of didn't think of doing it that way, but now I see it and I kind of want to try it as well. So you just get like inspired by other creators around you. It might give you like a different outlook on something.
I mean, that was fun. That was the first time I shot in like 2 or 3 months. Like shot stills. Yeah. Yeah. But I do have like a bunch of big campaigns, like spec campaigns that I'm planning, and I'm excited for those. But that's like 10 models, and so going back to what you're saying,
That
so
sounds intense.
yeah,
Sounds fun.
But everything else, like just doing test shoots and development shoots with like model stuff, I'm just kind of
It
like
gets old, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Well, just gets
personally
Yeah, no, I
No,
understand.
from my
That's
own
true.
yeah.
Test shoots for sure, because they always want the same kind
Same
of
thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
But doing macro stuff is pretty fun.
Yeah.
I actually just went out and did some zootography with some like 150 to 500 lenses, and I think I'm a bird photographer. We talked about this on the last
Did you shoot
pod.
the owl?
No.
Not with a gun.
I didn't.
But with
I
a camera.
didn't because Emmett had the 600 f4 out there, and I just knew I couldn't. I had a 35 1.4. What was I gonna go do? What was I gonna go do? I can't compete with that.
It's an awkward shot of a
Yeah.
owl.
I did look at the owl though. It's a very pretty owl.
Yeah,
Dude, it's
beautiful.
so pretty. The big orange eyes.
When you took photos at the zoo, did you find the animals had those sad zoo eyes they normally have, where they're like,
I think
they're
that's what, I think that's
looking
what he
for-
liked.
They're like, I'm in captivity. Help me, please, get me out. And did you identify with those eyes in your creative journey?
You're trying to cancel him.
No, yeah. Most of the animals were sleeping. It was very hot outside, so they were either in their probably very well-kept houses, not cages.
This could actually get cut from the podcast potentially.
Yeah.
It was. I'm sure they're all very well taken care of.
I'm sure they get mice
what
once a
zoo
day.
is this?
I'm sure they get
Which
bathed. In no, it's bathed.
I'm sure the owls get bacon
The
once a day.
Nashville Zoo. It was actually very fun. I hadn't been to a zoo in a long time.
Wait till you have kids that want to go to the zoo all the time.
Yeah,
So
I
you're
know.
saying
It
you
was
support zoos?
that I cannot answer.
It's not confirm
please
or
defend
deny.
that.
Yeah.
Confirm or deny. I support animals, though.
It's the safest choice.
That was good.
This reminded me. I have a question for everyone.
It's great. It's so great.
My like bucket shot. No, bucket list shot. Is that? Yeah, bucket list shot.
I thought we were bringing.
She got over the basket.
Listen, I am foreign, everyone. Okay. So I would love to do a photo shoot with an elephant, like a model with an elephant. I would literally cry. Like I would cry at this photo shoot. So I'm just interested, like, what would be like your ideal photo shoot? Something that like you would love to do, like place, setup.
I definitely would. I've never been to Iceland, and everything I see from there looks so dang good. And I want to shoot down on those black sand beaches with like the mountains behind, with like a misty kind of like overcast vibe, and just like get super moody with it. I don't know. I've never been. I want to go real bad. Have you guys ever been to Iceland?
No, not cool.
We're all going.
I'm not Canadian.
That's actually crazy
worth
that
it.
no one here has been to Iceland, because most like content creators have been to Iceland.
I'm sorry, no,
so
I've been.
This is rare.
I've been
Oh.
twice. I'm sorry.
You just wanted to fit in and
Yeah,
make us.
it was very
I'm not on their
cool.
level.
I knew that it's impossible to have like
Yeah.
a group
4
of
people?
content creators who have not been to Iceland.
There's at least one of them.
I don't have a shoot or anything like, but I've been multiple times. I've had shoots planned, like video shoots of a horse rearing up, and for some reason it always falls through. So my head's kind of.
You want that?
You want to get that?
Yeah.
Did you ask Sony, like, hey, is there going to be any, like, horses here? Like, can you all bring a
I mentioned
horse
it.
to Condo,
I
We
please?
mentioned
had
it.
that at
Okay,
at
Condo 2024.
2019.
Like, hey, if I come back, I need
Horses,
to have
yeah.
a horse and an elephant.
Yes, please.
Horse and elephant.
The
If we get
elephant
both
might
of
cry,
those.
but
Yeah.
Condo 2019, we had that.
You had an
an
elephant?
elephant?
And
I was like, wow. And you didn't cry and you didn't get it? Okay.
the horses, the running horses with the
Oh, right.
dusty, like sunrise photo shoot. It was
Thanks
like
for the
amazing.
invite,
yeah,
Sony.
yeah, exactly.
See, that
love
was
that.
why I
Thanks.
had FOMO about
Yeah,
not
me
waking
too,
up
because
early.
I didn't go to that one. I had such FOMO. It looked
So
amazing.
that's why I didn't want to miss today's early rising hike thing. It was good. It wasn't running
No
horses.
wild horses, though.
No.
Little prairie dogs, though, I think.
Yes.
Yeah. Squirrels.
I would have cried if I saw the prairie dog.
What's yours, Drew?
Mine, I think, Lee's, I would for sure love to do. It's definitely up there. I think I would love to go shoot the cherry blossoms in Japan.
Ooh, yeah.
I think that would be so fun. And I also think just going out to Japan and experiencing that
Yeah.
would be
Sure.
remarkable.
Yeah.
Wait, Japan or Iceland? Which one?
Japan. I'd rather go. I mean, I'll take either,
It's a hot
but
take.
I would rather probably go over to Japan than Iceland if I had to choose one or the other.
People are going to hit your takes on zoos and on choosing Japan over Iceland. This is rough.
Yeah.
Matt, what's
This
yours?
Might be it. This might be it. Okay,
He's
so
been to both.
I've not been to Japan yet. That'd be pretty high up on the list too.
Japanese
but-
horses running in Iceland.
Got it. Can
And
you
sad
import
animals.
some horses over there? Because Iceland already has the ponies. They already have like the Icelandic ponies.
True,
the
they
long
do.
hair,
With
and,
the emo hair.
and they just come right up to you because they think you're gonna feed them like at any fence. And you can just be like, "Hello," and it's like cheating. They're just right there.
Yeah,
It's awesome.
they're so
Okay, you're
cute.
shot.
But for me, I would say, so there's this gas station in Texas called Buc-ee's. You know what it is, Cam. Yeah, you know. And it's always been my dream to shoot a wedding in a Buc-ee's.
Ooh.
Like, have a couple that's like, either they get clearance from them or they don't, and we just show up and the bride's just walking through the beef jerky section in her dress.
They share a Slim Jim like a Lady and the Tramp and kiss
and
at
they,
the end.
Like they get like a sloppy Joe type brisket sandwich, and they're eating it together. They're at the candy wall.
Falling down.
That
her
would
chin.
actually be kind of dope.
Yeah, like they're both sucking on a icy together. Oh, he's so great.
Okay.
They got this big red flavor that's so good and delicious. That would be it. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Just the thought of doing that is just so ridiculous. But I've literally mentioned it before to people like, no, I'll film it for free. No, like you have Bucky's wedding, I'm there. Like we're doing this for free.
I
Like
bet Bucky's
no
would
charge.
Be into that too.
I think there's a chance. We need to do a Bucky's collab. Not sponsor, but of the companies that I wish would sponsor this podcast, Bucky's is very high up on the list.
You want it to be a real couple.
Yes.
Do you prefer like shooting real couples than like stage?
Yes.
Yeah.
100%. Because usually with a wedding film, like I've gotten over a lot of these staged, like, oh, it's a pretty shot, or oh, I got the cool gear. It has to be like an emotional connection, and
Totally.
especially with a couple that's getting married, they're like, it's the happiest day of their life, and they're freaking
You can't fake
out.
it.
Yeah, and it's like a huge for them, and like being able to capture that in a way that is showing who they truly are as people, which is really just getting them in a cowboy hat, is my understanding. And then they're like, oh my gosh, this is me, and I'm like, perfect, I got it. Yeah,
I shot a cowboy wedding before.
yeah. See, so you done it. Yeah.
You'd be into it. It was a tiny chapel in Montana with a gas
sounds
station
good.
behind it. Well, I did.
Was it
I
not a
went there-
Buc-ee's?
Buc-ee's.
We made a music video out of it.
Okay.
So I was there to direct that. But I shot stills at the same time. It was sick. It was very
Oh.
difficult though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I believe
Stuff
it.
like that. Yeah.
I love that though.
I'm
That'd be
sure
so cool.
any couple that's engaged right now that love Bucky's,
Yep, hit
that's
me up.
listening to
Yeah.
this podcast or watching it,
Yeah. Yeah.
And to be clear, like you can't just like have a 5-minute show up at Buc-ee's, okay? Like we need to go to Buc-ee's. We need to be inside.
Oh, it's an
Buc-ee's.
all-day
Shut
affair.
it down.
It needs, yeah. Honestly, they do have a lot of attire. If we could finagle a Buc-ee's dress, you might have to do some custom stitching. Irene would handle that though. She does apparently
Yeah.
handle all of the dresses and decor
Are you okay
for
with
her
buckets
shit.
Sometimes
in
I
it, though?
do stuff like that.
Are you okay with buckets in it though?
Oh yeah, we can we get a bucket,
Buc-ee's
maybe
dress?
1 or 2 baskets.
Yeah.
Buc-ee's buckets,
Yeah.
ideally.
Yeah.
Yes, that'd be it.
Trademark.
The bucket shot.
Perfect. Is that the bucket
Full
shot?
circle.
Yeah.
Full circle. That is it.
Do we end
Yeah.
here?
I think that's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll all go to Buc-ee's soon. We're in Utah though, so there's no one here. Yeah. Great. Cool.
And then we'll go to the zoo.
Let's go to the
I
zoo.
love you guys.
Find an
We're all-
elephant.
We should all bird photog together.
Love it.
I'll shoot a bird.
I'll bird with you. Yeah.
Not like bird,
Bird
scooter
bros.
bird, but
Yeah.
like bird.
That'd be a good wedding shot.
Bird. Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, we're
By
driving
the scooter. That's great.
Guys, this has been the
Scooter
whole
and
trip.
Love
Kind of
it.
tired, you know?
Cool.
Very exhausted.
Yeah.
All right. See y'all later. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.